This is ninth lit, and we're beginning our exam review, so I'm asking the class to get out the exam review topics. They look like this. One a little bit on the back. I think there's one topic on the back. I think what I'll do here, we felt rushed pretty much throughout the semester. Let's finish Beowulf. Got a test next week. Let's finish. We had to skip some of Song of Roland. We did really in 2 weeks the Murder Cathedral. Now I'm concerned that I feel like we got plenty of time. I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, we got this May. We got plenty of time to prepare. And that worries me because what am I forgetting? You know what I mean? Because we haven't ever had plenty of time. And I think that the thing that has made that so true is the 45-minute classes. That's a huge difference from what we're used to. We're used to hour-long class. You're not, but teachers are. And how long? We really had to struggle. The last one was better. The test length. And so I haven't really had to change this test. This is because it's pretty much, we got an hour and 15 minutes. That's 30 minutes longer than you're used to having. So when you come into my exam, and Dr.
Talbert.
Thank you. Dr. Talbert's exam, I honestly don't know how it works. The teacher may give you 2 exams at once, or I don't know how they do it, because I've never proctored my own test. But you have to take 2 different exams in the same class period. And you can only work on one at a time, right? That'd be silly to go from one to the other. So I don't know how they do it, so I can't tell you how that works. But you'll do one, and then you'll do the other.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they have like a format.
Maybe they do, I hope so. But you will have only an hour and 15 minutes. If you choose to take longer than that, you're just, borrowing from Paul to pay Peter, something like that. You're just running out of time. They're not going to give you extra time to finish it. So some of you are really going to have to, I think it's plenty of time. You got 2 hours and at least a half to do them. And most people don't work up unless it's some math exam, that you've got a lot of problems at work. Usually it doesn't take you the whole class period. But what I'd like to do, if you have this out, anybody have one of these? I'd like to show you what, you can get up and pick it up if you want. I'd like to show you what I'm looking for, all right? So let's just start with the gift giving, since that's the first one on the list. And this is the kind of thing I would expect you to be doing in class the next few days, or at home, and hopefully not or, but and. So it says the following are topics from the 3 literary works we've read this semester. By studying these topics, you'll be preparing for both the oral and written portions of the midterm exam. So what we really do is we take the oral questions, which I have 14 of them already, and I pick from among those to put on the exam. Like, so it's like if you study this, you're studying for both at the same time, both written and oral. So let's look at gift giving and try to remember, and I want you to write down these things just to see, because that means that's important. Very few people can learn it by just looking at it. They have to write it down. So let's define the issue, gift giving and treasure giving. What does that mean? What was its purpose? Why was it done? And then look for examples. And so let's do that, and then you'll have some time whenever, maybe not today, but 11.
We have 5 minutes or 8 minutes.
Yeah, so no, we
In this
won't.
class?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because we have to go.
All right, so let's begin. Can anybody remember what the purpose of gift giving was? Why don't we start here? And then,
To honor people?
that was not the main purpose. but that, you know, that's a purpose, you know, you give a gift, sort of, thank you so much, but it's more than that. Yeah.
So it's tactical, so you don't like hoard treasure, cause that's a sign of like a bad king or like a greedy and selfish person. But you use it to like get you stuff, so
Yeah.
like, which is also kind of greedy, but not really, because you're using it for your advantage, kind of, but also giving people treasure. So not necessarily like, I'll give you this treasure for that sheep, but like more, I'm giving you this treasure, so maybe in the future you can help me out a little bit.
Okay, very good, so it's like it's almost like a currency, you know, I give you this, you give me this, but what, let's go down a little further, what specific thing, and we're talking about kings, because they're the ones with the treasure, they're the ones who give the gifts, because they have the treasure to begin with, what specific things are they looking for in return?
Okay, so wasn't like it established like friendships and like allies and stuff?
Okay,
So it's
what, again, what specific benefit comes from having an ally and a friend? And
like,
yeah, wait,
Well, like, whenever you have an ally, it's like a person that like works with you, so like, they will be on your side whenever like bad things happen to you.
so you're getting to the heart of it. It's a matter of war. And so
Oh.
it's a matter of you pay your people in order to get their allegiance to fight for you. And I like the word allegiance, and that was the word ally, and you were talking about they got your back. They will fight for you if you pay them. If you pay them, they will fight.
May I get a pencil?
Yeah.
I just need to write this down.
So I would expect that to be part of the answer, because this is a war economy. The Middle Ages, remember, the idea was, we conquer this other group, we get their treasure, we pay our people, but we're out of treasure now, so we gotta conquer another group, we get their treasure, we pay our people, but we're out of treasure now. It's that kind of economy, a lot of conquering, fighting and conquering, going on. And so that was where gift giving becomes, and so you would need to understand that concept. We need to think of specific examples. I like something Huck just did. He thought of the opposite. That's always a great way to analyze anything, is to look at what is this not like? What is the opposite of this? And so he mentioned the opposite of gift giving and treasure giving is hoarding. And so that would be appropriate to talk about if this was your question. What about hoarding? That's the opposite. Why is that so bad? And why is gift giving so good? So we need examples. Leah,
Oh, but I don't have a specific example, so.
from the book is what we're looking for. What were you gonna say?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say like, whenever you give gifts, you're like letting something go kind of, and then like that person's like receiving something, so it's like, I don't know,
And we've had this conversation. What do you feel like when somebody gives you a gift? What's the first thing you think of? I mean, you're grateful. Yes, but maybe not the first thing. Maybe it's the second thing you think of.
Gratitude.
Maybe it's the third thing you think of.
Oh,
What is it? It's in there somewhere, I promise you. Somebody gives you a gift, don't you have this in the back of your mind, I gotta get them something in return? You don't? That's-
Sometimes, it depends on the situation.
If, as you grow up, you will feel more that way you're not a kid, but as children, you know, oh yeah, thank you. You don't think that, I mean, the kids don't turn around and give in return their mother a gift. They're just used to taking. Kids are so selfish. They're just used to
I
taking.
get my mom gifts.
But, you know, as adults, when you get to be older, you realize every gift has strings attached. You feel like there's strings attached to it. Frankly, I didn't feel that way with the gifts you gave to me, and, you know, I felt truly, thank you, you know, and I do thank you for that. There were no, like, I'm doing this, but that's rare. Most of the time when you get a gift, and that's what we're talking about here. If you give a gift, somebody said it, you got something in mind, you know, now you owe me. You owe me. So what are some of those examples from the book? We got a couple of minutes left. If this is right, yeah.
So examples from the book would be like, I mean, I've always thought that, your examples have kind of changed the way I've looked at, gift giving, but, I know it says, like, for a good king, they're defined as like ring givers, that's something that they're like characterized as.
Yes, that's right, very good.
And the
That's an
king-
epithet.
Right, and the king gives, like, is known to give Beowulf treasure in return for his, like, loyalty and his,
For what?
fighting, his, I mean, pretty much to destroy their enemies, you
And
know?
what enemy did he destroy?
Grendel.
Okay,
Grendel-
he gave him a lot of gifts after Grendel. And then, all of us, before he knew it, there was Grendel's mother.
And they said, like, we'll give you more gifts.
But and you know, already Beowulf was indebted to Hrothgar. And so, you see, it paid off. He paid off. I was so thankful for what you did for me, Beowulf. And the next night, he has another problem. So Beowulf's right there. And then he says, I'll give you more gifts if you'll do it. What are some other examples? We've got a couple minutes, maybe 1 minute. More examples. That's where you're gonna make your point, Sue.
Didn't
Ian?
Beowulf, didn't he give his, treasure that he got from the dragon to all his people?
Yes,
Yes, oh,
Yes.
good one.
yeah, very good. And I thought you were gonna say, what happens when Beowulf goes back to, Hygelac, his king? What does he do with the treasure that Hrothgar gave him? He gave it to Hygelac.
Wait, Beowulf gave all the treasure.
Well, it didn't say he gave it all, but he gave a lot of it to his king. All right, listen, so that's what we need to do, that's what you need to be doing. We'll do some more of this tomorrow, and then you'll have time, it'll be a full class period, 45 minutes, that you can get this information down so you can study it. Yeah,
Okay, so this might not be very relevant, but like, the only example I can think of.
hang on, one last point.
The only example I can think of gift giving in like the Song of Roland is like the
Hang on.
Like the only example in the Song of Roland I can think of gift giving is when like an angel gives Roland 2 swords. Is that kind of like gifts?
Well, actually, the best example of Roland is when Marsilian bribed Charlemagne to leave. Remember, he basically bribed him, he's gonna give him all these animals and all this stuff, but he expected Charlemagne to leave. All right, we will see you tomorrow, get started.